first of those challenges the crowd here at Thorpe will enjoy is the women's shortboard. 12 of the best skiers through to the finals, with the surprise exclusion of one of the biggest names in the sport, Clémentine Lucine of France, who'd had a disappointing semi-final. On site to support her French teammates, we asked her about conditions for the final.
Today the weather is absolutely perfect. There is no wind, no rain, so it's really perfect for them to ski today. So I'm pretty sure if they're not too stressed that the scores are going to be really good. You know, we have 5 French women that are really strong right now. Iris Cambrai, who's the young phenomenon. And you have Marion Hainaut, who can be really good. Those 12 women, we have 5 strong French women, so I hope we're going to have at least 2 medals. That would be awesome.
Well, let's find out. Straight onto the water now with our commentator, Des Burke-Kennedy.
Well, here we are, the Mastercraft pulling the first of the 12 finalists. 12 out of 25 have made it through, and it's Maria Luisa Paglini. And should get, well, I'd say over 6,000, close to 6,000 points on a good day. So now here she comes on her hand pass. Very compact athlete, and you can see tons of confidence. Back into the wake, out over the wake. And here she starts the flip run, landing to the front. Time maybe for 2 more. And look, just hanging on that last one. Oh, she feels, I think she's glad that's over. I don't think that's going to get her on the podium, but a rising star, watch out for her in the future. Now we go to one of our World Cup stars, the famous Nancy Chardin from France. She hasn't had a great season this year. One of our stars of the World Cup. Let's hope now she can stand up all the way through on this toe pass. She will know that she's got to be way up there over 7,000 points, which happens to be her personal best area. And our guess is it could take something like 8,000 to win this event. Okay, across the wake and bringing it back. Oh no, she would want to have brought that back in for one more line trick at the end. Oh, you can see body language telling us that she is a bit fed up with that. Well, now we move on to the very talented Cristina Di Medrano from Spain. Smiling to the cameras as she comes back now for the hand pass. Now the final 20 seconds as Cristina Di Medrano from Spain. Line tricks, going down very early on that final 20 seconds and paying the price, unfortunately, 4,220. That is not a score to get her on the podium. Martina Zlatolavkova from the Czech Republic. We don't often see Martina, but we know that she can trick over 7,000 points. So we have a contender here. She's kicking off with her hand pass. Nice flips, landing very securely indeed and looking comfortable. Large crowd in the background here really enjoying this. And there was a time when we didn't see too many of the ladies do more than 2 or 3 tricks, but a very nice performance on the hand pass. 6.950, that's a lead score right now, but I don't think it's going to be enough to get her on the podium, not in this kind of company. Anaïs Ahmad. Well, Anaïs we know has a personal best of over 7,000 points. This is where again we watch the line trick scoring heavily, and of course the flips. A lot of surface wake tricks here. And back in now across the wake as she kicks off her flip. Number 1 landing nicely. And back for 2, but losing time as she came out of 2. Well, again, she will suffer because of that. 7,000 points, close to personal best. I think she can get about 7,100 or so. That's where she would normally land. Now we move quickly from France all the way to Tatiana Chirikova of Russia. Well, she's always one of our stars in Belarus and Russia when we go there with our World Cup stop. Mum of 2 children, making it all the way into the finals here. Struggling a little sloppy here today, and normally she is much tighter than that. Nice little line trick and back in now across the wakes if she has time. She doesn't, shaking the head. 7,120. Well, we're building up the scores very nicely now as Marion Mathieu from France hits the water. Well, now she's the first of the ladies on the water with a personal best of over 8,000 points. Taller than many of our trickers. We've seen her on the jump rabbit in many competitions. We've seen her in the slalom course, and here she kicks into the flips. Nice, clean flipping. That's, oh no, going down and losing time there. She will score that, but that cost of time at the end could be the difference between a podium and not. Toe pass, let's see now if she can get that score of her 8,000 points in total, because it looks like that's what it's going to take. So toe tricks coming up across the wake. And now let's watch and see if she can throw in some toe lines, the most difficult of all. Across the wake and back in, over the line, and again to the back position, and back to back. That's what she was looking for. She's going to be happy with that. Lovely performance from Marion Mathieu. Well, we've already had Maria Luisa Paini from Italy on the water. Now it's the turn of Italian Silvia Caruso. She can stand up all the way through the toe pass. She could well get into personal best territory. 7.590 is what she's capable of doing, but we've got an 8,000 pluser on the board already. So nice conservative approach to these toe tricks. She doesn't want to foul up here. She wants to stay standing, and that's what'll give her the chance. Across the wake, back in across the line. And she throw in one more line trick. No, just finishing up. 7.570. Just 20 points off a personal best. Well done, Silvia Caruso. We now have Marion Hinault on the water. Her personal best, 8,860 points. She's an absolute star in our World Cup series, and this is the lady to watch for the next few years. Enormous talent, and of course a very strong member of the French team. Clean tricks. Our judges love to watch Marion Hinault. Look at that, back-to-back across the wakes, and across the wakes again. Line tricks to perfection. Oh, that was a superb performance. She will have got well over 4,000 points on those opening 20 seconds. Now, can she stand up all the way through? This is the challenge. She's got some beautiful flips towards the end of this pass, but she'll throw down some line tricks first of all. Across the wake into the back position on that line, and now she kicks off with the flips. Landing in the front position, and to the back, and again to the front, and finishing up, throwing the arm, because she knows that's a big one. Oh, it's a huge score, 8,860. Can anybody beat that? She's a very strong athlete. Watch how clean these flips are. Now, the judges find it so easy, obviously, to score those when they just look so clean. And total confidence, just sticking that ski into the water each time. Oh, that is the way it's done. Beautiful performance from Marion Hinault. Now we bring on an unknown talent. We've seen her in the World Cup stop in Dubna in Russia. Marian Varamchuk from Belarus trains with Herman Beliaku and Oleg Deviatovsky and Alexei Zharnasek. Trained in a swimming pool, a 50-meter pool when she was a youngster. She's certainly one of the rising talents. And those line tricks, she's making them look so easy. Again, like a ballet dancer. Oh, beautiful, all the way into the wakes. She is thrilled with that, but she knows she's not going to be up in the high 8,000s. So, second last off the dock, the wonderful talent of Belarus athlete Natalia Bernikova. Well, until recently, she held the world record at 9,080 points. Often very, very hard to beat. Multi-time European champion. And again, you can see this grit, this determination. Now, she is capable of tricking, as we've said, over 9,000 points. But can you believe it? Now, that is very, very disappointing. She knew she had to get over 8,860 to beat the talented Marion Hinault. So now she's got to pull out all the stops on this hand pass. Line tricks across the wake, into the back. Now she starts on her flips. To the front, and to the back. And once again, to the back position. 4 down, and she's calling it quits at that point. I think Natalia knows 8,400. It's going to get her on the podium, but not going to get her to the top. So now we go to the last athlete off the dock, the 17-year-old sensation from Limoges in France. Her personal best is 8,850. Marion Hinault from France already has 8,860 on the board. Can this youngster do the impossible and add just a little to her personal best score? Well, look at those flips. As clean as you want, front to front, back to back. She's on her way. That was a superb performance. Now she's on the toe pass, and watch the line tricks as she sets up for the big point scorers here. Nice wrap. Around and back across the wakes. Across the wake into the front position and to the back. And back to back, the almost impossible trick. It was a sensational challenge, 8,850. just 10 points short of the gold medalist Marion Hinault, also from France. Wow, what a finish.
So, confirmation of those results. Marion Hinault of France taking the win here at Thorpe. Iris Cambrai completing a 1-2 for France. And Natalia Bernakova of Belarus third. More to come from the 2010 Europe and Africa Championships as we return to Thorpe for highlights of the men's shortboard. Join us again after the break.